Alright, so hatch peppers are done. Hatch chilies, I'm sorry. Well, they're chili peppers. I did take a smaller one, chopped it up a little bit, put it in here. The rest are wrapped in the plastic in the freezer to be used at a later date. They last like forever in the freezer, so don't worry about that. So now, what am I going to do? Well, I want to make up a little like spread, sandwich spread. And I know you've probably seen some of my like videos on pinwheels and stuff, but I thought this was something really fun and cool to do. So here we go. I have some cream cheese. This is spread. I don't know what that means, the difference. But I think it's supposed to be softer, right? And I have had this sitting out so it's room temperature. And I want to get never works on video, right? Should have used a spoon. Just try not to dirty up the whole kitchen. And so this is a 12-ounce container. I was going to say 8 ounce, and I was like, no, I don't think so. And I had made a little trial batch the other night, so this will be for demonstration right now, and so I can have dinner a couple nights this week. Boom. Okay. So what am I going to put in it? Well, I'm going to put these chilies in it. Oh man, these are really good. Chili. Oh, wouldn't happen to stick on my finger, so I had to eat it, right? Kind of mix that around a little bit, get everyone happy. And this is the kind of thing I like to make ahead of time so it has a chance to get happy, all the flavors mixing together. And this is pretty simple. Alright, what else am I going to put in here? Well, let me show this once again. I want some garlic. Cloves aren't huge, so I've got 5 and medium-sized garlic cloves. Let me show you a trick. How do you do this without making a huge mess? First of all, flat of the knife, push with your hand. Boom. Boom. Don't beat the garlic because you're probably going to ruin your knife. So look at that. Now I've got this little train and I'm just going to work down the row. Watch those fingers. This is kind of the first stage. Now I want to do the sweep with my knife. And you can do this fast, slow, it doesn't matter. Just kind of back and forth. And you want really good control of the blade. That's why it's a two-handed job. And just look. And obviously I wouldn't try and do this with like 100 cloves of garlic at a time. And now that I've done that, I'm looking at my blade, pretty good. I think it'll work. So I just want to get the garlic off from here carefully. And then take my bench scraper, a hot knife, because I dirtied my bench scraper when I was doing the chili peppers. And boom. So what else? First of all, always have your hands clean so you can deal with this stuff. This has got a lot of garlic in because we're only going to use a little bit. This really just kind of does a flavor enhancement, and it's really amazing. Trust me on this. So this is kind of more optional because I was talking about this at work with some people that do a lot of cooking, and they turned up their nose. I'm like, okay. Well, I had a bunch of jars of black olives because they were BOGO, and I kept thinking, oh, I can use this on lots of stuff, right? But a lot of my colleagues were like, ooh, don't push the black olive thing, really not a fan. You could use Kalamata if it's just because you don't like black olives. You could use capers if that was a better option for you. I just want kind of a little of that texture and saltiness, right? Isn't that what it really is? And you're going to be a little bigger on the cut. These were already sliced because they were on sale. And I'm not as picky about how they are sliced or cut, chopped. And things don't always look pretty, but taste really good. And we do eat with our eyes, so I'm going to show you about that. I do need a clean knife. I'm going to do a final mix here. This looks great. Look at that. Alright, so this looks absolutely lovely. So I'm going to set that aside. My olives away. So what do I really need to have? I'm making a wrap with that now. And so I just sliced some white onion, just so I've got, once again, it's kind of a texture thing. Got some nice sweet onion, Vidalia, I want to put in there. And I'm gonna slice the little chicken that I grilled on the grill. But before I do that, I don't want to contaminate the cutting board, what I want is some avocado. So once again, I'm going to show you that. And I have to get some sliced cheese out too. The avocados have been hit or miss. Well, this is how you get when you have confidence with a knife, this is how you get the pit out. Just nice and easy. And what I like to do, it's easier to peel. I don't scrape out the avocado. I just quarter it, peel it, and slice it. And if it's should be firm. I don't want it real squishy. I argue about that because in the grocery store I go to, they don't think they're right until you can put your finger through them. That's not even good for guacamole. There's no texture. And I know they make their guacamole out of all the throwaways, because you can't sell them. Make guacamole. Alright. So the first thing, you want pretty slices. So there's always the stem end we're going to take off. And there's sometimes the bottom of the seed is kind of rooting, like it's going to grow, so you want to cut that off too. Oops, I missed. Then all I'm going to do, I just have my big knife out, doesn't matter what size knife, but we're just going to make some kind of nice slices. And it's kind of nice that the avocado does have some firmness to it. It's better to cut, it looks prettier on display, and you don't want to do this kind of the last thing because otherwise it'll turn brown pretty quick. And this avocado is beautiful. These are Haas. I guess I should tell you that. I didn't know there was any other kind of avocado until I moved to Florida. But I'm not a huge fan of Florida avocados. They seem to be like really kind of wet in texture, and they just don't seem to have as much flavor. But definitely Haas, you can tell. Alright, once again. I don't talk when I do that. Fingers are important. Alright, so this is a chicken, grilled it, wrapped it in plastic. Even if I grill it ahead of time for freezing, I wrap it in plastic individually and then in a big freezer bag, and in the freezer they go. And I just want to make some kind of pretty slices out of this. Chicken doesn't always cut as pretty, but just a little bit. Alright. Da, da, da. So what are we going to do from here? This is what I'm going to show you. My hands are wet. I want to get a flour tortilla. Kind of a crazy shaped one, but that's okay. I got a little sliced cheese. You can do Swiss, provolone, whatever you want. I like cheese. So let's say a couple slices right here. And I'm going to place my chicken. Sound like pretty? Alright. That chicken's really good. Just grilled chicken is great. Gonna just heat this up. I want to soften up their tortilla shell, so I need like 30 seconds. In the microwave. Clean up after myself. Guess I did that too quick. It's not ready yet. It will be. Let's get there. Da, 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 da. Your answer, please. There. Now I'm not trying to make this hot. I just wanted to soften it up. Now watch this cool trick. I'm going to take some of this. And it is room temperature, so it's working pretty easily with me. Oh. Man. Got a little onion slice. Don't think everybody will fit all this. I might try though. So what do I want to do? I want to roll this. It's like a tidal wave. Too much avocado, sorry. And because I got some of that spread, it's going to help hold it shut. Oh, it's so pretty. Taste divine. So this is really awesome. You can put a little shred of lettuce on here if you want to. I just was feeling a mood for a little crunchy onion and some of that really creamy avocado, and then the cream cheese just really brings it home. Either way, I hope you find something interesting about this, or something that you want to take from this and do on your own. And hope lots of things for you. Hope you try my food and recipes. Get courageous, and I'll see you again next time with another great video. Have a great day. Hello, it's Bill. Hey. So I was awakened early this morning because the power went out, and still have no internet connection, and so we're just like bored, and so I'm gonna do a few things. And the first thing I wanted to talk about is it's Hatch chili season again. And if you don't know what that is, like they're these like from like the Hatch farm and out west and southwest, and they're just really great chilies. They have a pretty tough skin though, so you have to roast them. And I know I've talked about it before and way back when. I don't think I've ever really demonstrated what you do with them, and so I wanted to talk about that. So the stores always sell them, well, a lot of stores sell them either hot or mild. Well, when I first saw them last week, the store had mild, and you can always tell because they're a lighter color. These are darker, these are the hot ones. I like the hot ones, and I wanted them all. So then I thought, oh, I've got a recipe I want to make, so let's get these darn things roasted. It's really simple. So I have a 350-degree oven, and I've got these room temperature, right? And you just want to make sure they got pretty good skins, that they're not like starting to wilt, you know. And these all look pretty healthy still. I got them yesterday. And the key to it is, we just want to get them blistered in the oven. Best way to do that is I've got my olive oil, and you could use, you know, vegetable oil or whatever if you're so inclined. And there are kind of a couple ways to do this. I need a bowl to sweat them in later, so there's no clean way of doing this, I promise you. So I want to get just a little bit of oil on here, and I've tried this like 100 different ways. And we're just going to, boom, I'm doing this over the bowl. I got one. Got enough for a second one on my finger. No, I don't. Alright, so let's try this again. I'll watch what I'm doing so I don't spill these. 2. And I was thinking, well, if the power goes out, will my gas stove still run? Well, that's what I was talking about. I don't know. Great, isn't it? Well, hopefully before the lights go out, we'll be able to do this. Here we go again. Hey. Power's back. I give up. Generator's on. What the heck? This is really annoying. So, of course, it did very annoying. Okay. Yeah, guess what? When power goes out, my oven goes out, so, or my stove, whatever you want to call it. Alright, so, hopefully now, everything's beeping, man. I'm going to turn the light on real quick. So you can see again. So these are my peppers. Before we get too carried away, I'm going to throw these in the oven. Give them 10 minutes. Just check them. You can't really overdo them, but I just want you to know, check them. So here we go in the oven, 10 minutes, and I'll see you back. I'm going to flip them in 10 more minutes, and then we'll be back. Alright, see you in about 20 minutes. Alright, so I'm not exactly sure how much time it's been. I kept checking them, and I did flip them after they started to blister, but the power keeps going on and off, so it's crazy. So let's take a look. Ooh. So these are perfect. They're pretty blistered. Yeah, and they're kind of soft. And this was even split. So the biggest part is you got to get these in a bowl. That's why I have this bowl to begin with. And the stems are great little handles. So how do you sweat them? You take a piece of plastic. Lock all that heat in. And really, just give them a few minutes, because what the goal is to get them down to a temperature you can handle them. So I'm going to let these sit, and how I always tell is, can you touch the bottom? And then, because I don't want to keep opening this up, we're really trying to sweat these down. And I'm going to give it just a couple minutes here, and then I'm going to show you what we do with them. Okay. Been a couple minutes. I'm seeing that most of these are all crinkly and wrinkled up, and so I'm pretty sure we've got good results. Still feeling some heat coming out of here. Yeah, we can do this. So this is how we're going to do this. First thing, keeping this pan here, because that's where all the extra stuff goes. I want to cut the end off. Now, and usually what you can do, and then this was all toasty still. Usually what you can do is you can get your knife under the skin, start peeling. See how easy that is? Now, I always have a trick to show you. So we're going to do it right here. This one had split, so I'm just going to get my knife, open it up. Oh, aren't these beautiful? Flatten it out. Okay, so I want to get those seeds out. And sometimes they're the little things that pretty much cook out, but you know, just in case, you can also take that. Keep your knife free of seeds, or you're going to put seeds everywhere. I feel like I get them all over my hand when I do this. And another little thing here. Then what I want to do is I'm going to just take the back of my knife, and I want to get the seeds out. So just keep taking them off. Sometimes you gotta use your hand. Yes, this is a little bit of a pain, but well worth it. Because these are so good. Oops. Make sure you don't have any seeds on your finger when you're trying to do this. Check the back. Got a seed there. Looks good. Yep. And I'm just going to set it on plastic. And once again, for some magical reason, you can always get seeds all over your hands. So, you know, keep your paper towel here close at hand, and always clean this off. Now you can use the back of your knife, or you can use, you know, your bench scraper. Sorry, I'm doing this backwards for you. See how nice of a job that does? Really, the bench scraper is a much more effective way. I'm lots of times just too lazy to dig it out. And it won't help if it's really got a lot of junk on it, so just wipe it. So I hope that kind of made it easier for you to figure out. Yeah, it's not simple. So what I like to do, there are two things. If you only use like one at a time, you can certainly individually wrap them, or take a long piece of plastic wrap, put a couple and fold it so there's plastic between them. But what I usually do is I just stack them up and freeze them, and then when we take it out, I'll just whack a chunk off with my big knife and let it thaw and chop it off, so you don't have to worry about just having one out. Obviously, that's the only thing you're going to use them for, is to be chopped. Flavor's amazing. You're going to love these if you can get them. But this is basically how you roast any kind of pepper, poblanos or anything. So anyways, this will be really fun, and I'm going to get these all finished up and in the freezer, and I'll show you what I'm going to do with one of them.